Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I am speaking with Sophie and Alex of Dorsten. They have just released a fantastic new track called I Never Cry, and I'm super excited to talk to them all about it. I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time and being on one screen to do this. I really appreciate it. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How are you doing? We're
Awesome.
so happy to be here. Thanks for having us.
I'm happy to be here. I'm doing great. This is basically the first thing I'm doing today. It's probably the best thing I'm going to be doing today. So you're just setting it off on a high note here. Um, so yeah, I wanna hop right into this. You've got this new song out, and I say new in quotes because it is a cover song of an Alice Cooper classic called "I Never Cry." And normally I kick these things off by asking like what's the meaning behind the song, blah blah blah, but like it's a cover. So really I want to know like what led you to this song.
Yeah, so we being in Phoenix, Arizona, we kind of known Alice Cooper a little bit for a while.
Oh,
Both of us like have been in his he has this teen center in Phoenix called Alice Cooper Solid Rock Teen Center, and we actually grew up kind of going there and doing like there's like competition and stuff like that that we kind of have done like when we were younger. And I actually now work at one of the teen centers. And I thought, you know what? Like, he's here from Arizona. And I'm like, why don't we like do a song, like one of his songs, like as a cover song? Because I don't know, just thought that'd be a cool connection that way. And then also, that song in particular, Alice Cooper wrote with Dick Wagner, and our manager, Dick Wagner was like our manager's like mentor when he first started. And so
mm,
we just kind of thought that like connection was really cool, and
yeah.
like thought like that'd be cool to like cover something and make it completely different. So yeah.
Yeah, well, no, it fully works. I had no idea that he was like involved in that, but
Yeah.
I think it's pretty well known that like of the rock stars of that era, he like legitimately is one of the nicest, most down to earth people, and he's shown that in the movies and films that he's cameoed in and stuff like that.
Oh
So
yeah.
for you to like, I mean, not only have a job out of it, but for him to like listen to your music, and I know that he's listened to this, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
so let's hear about that. What was that experience like? Because I would I would imagine it's nerve-wracking to show, a cultural icon your cover of his song.
Yeah. Well, we got like let's see. It was the day of our release. I think I remember I wake up and I see like this article that like AZ Central and this guy named Ed Maisley, he writes about a lot of music.
Yeah.
And he was asking us questions like a couple days before, and he wanted to write an article about the song. And but I woke up on the day of release and we see that Alice Cooper commented on our song, and we had no idea that that
That's
was
awesome.
like gonna happen at all. And I just remember being like, what the heck? Like, that's so cool that he like commented on that. So yeah.
That's amazing. That's got to be a huge mood booster to know that he like took the time and listened.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, dang, that's so cool. I want to learn a little bit more about you two though. So, what's your dynamic?
Yeah. Well, so I'm kind of on stage, I am playing both the kick drum, tambourine with my feet, and then
Okay,
I'm playing guitar. And then Sophie's singing and playing guitar.
nice.
So kind of trying to hold down
Like a whole
a
sound with a
whole
band.
band
Yeah.
Yeah,
together, with the
yeah.
duo. Brother sister duo act. And for production, really when we record,
He does it all.
I do a lot of like the production of most of the music.
Oh, okay.
And then I bring her in for a lot of the vocals and stuff. She helps with a lot of like melodies and stuff. I'm like, man, there's a guitar line. It just needs to be up in this registry. She'll help me out with that. It's great. We have this great back and forth of stuff.
Mhm.
Mhm.
We really work off each other really well when we write music and make music.
Mhm.
So I produce a lot of it. I record all of it.
Mix
And
it and master it.
yeah, so I do the whole
Right,
9 yards. It's a lot of fun.
And then when songwriting, it's totally just like he was saying, just back and forth, like constantly, like
right.
both of us just coming with ideas at the same time, or one of us is working on a song or like starting a song, and then we're like, yo, check this out, and then the other one will help with it, and then we'll just
Yeah.
write the rest of it together. So yeah, it's really fun. So
That's awesome. No, it's almost like a Billie Eilish Phineas
yeah.
situation
Yeah.
between you two. No, that's really cool though, because I have a sibling myself. I, love them to death, but I also can't imagine working with them in an artistic capacity. I hope that they don't listen to this, but yeah, truly, like I'm sure that comes with its own complications. It doesn't matter, if you know each other or not, but maybe it could keep you more honest to each other instead of trying to hide like negative comments or critiques that you think they won't take well, but you say them because you want to fulfill your vision. Do you run
Mhm.
into run into any roadblocks like those, I assume?
Not really. I feel like when we
Oh,
do,
good.
I feel like if we run into like any problems, it's not really like major, and I feel like
Sure.
we usually both see kind of the same side of it, and I feel like we just like think the same.
We come at the same problems from different angles, I think, sometimes. So we'll kind of butt heads when it comes to that.
Mhm.
Okay.
It is to do a tiny little thing like this or do this differently. Whatever the minor thing is, I think at the end of the day, we at least still appreciate the other person's angle.
Mhm.
And so usually I just keep going until she gives up and then my way breaks through. I'm just kidding,
No.
I was gonna say, I just tell her to be quiet so I can get my work done.
I tell her, I'm your older brother. You listen
Yeah.
to me.
And I said that doesn't matter. I'm right.
This is my band. You shut up right now. Love it. Well, honestly, at the same time, it feels like whatever is happening, there's constructive criticism and a fulfilled vision that you want to see out to the end. And like I said, doesn't matter if you're, brother or sister or husband and wife or just friends, like you could make it work in some capacity. I
Yeah.
love that. Good
Mhm.
for you guys. Well, we're still very much at the beginning of the year here, and I hope that there's more music coming from you in some capacity. So what does that look like? What is your creative process, in the outlook?
Oh yeah, we have a lot of stuff like
Okay.
that we're wanting to release this year. We have a lot
Sure.
of stuff already recorded.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
we went last March. We went to not this March, 2022 March. We
Yeah.
went to London, and we recorded at both Rack Studios, but also Abbey Road Studios.
A dream.
And yeah, and so we recorded like us kind of live there, just doing our whole setup there.
Yeah.
And we have how many songs? Like
We have
9
about
or 10?
9 or 10 live at Abbey Road. It can't be called
Wow.
live at Abbey Road. It'll be called the London Sessions.
Mhm.
Love
Um,
that.
yeah, but it was recorded at Abbey Road. There will be some videos that go along with it. So it's just a live version of a bunch of our songs that we've already released, and then there's a good bit of songs that we haven't released that we did live at Abbey Road
Mhm.
that are still going to release later this year. So
Mhm.
then a live at Abbey Road version will soon follow after that song.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then
Yeah,
yeah.
wow. I mean, that's like a feat in its own, but no, please keep going.
Yeah. And then we record other than that, other than going to London and recording, we record everything like ourselves, and Alex records it all. But we have a song called To the River that should be coming out again next couple months or so.
Okay.
We're planning all of our
Should be
dates out and seeing what
two,
will
3
work.
months from now. We're waiting to get a finalized date from people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people in the back rooms of the wherever they are
Yeah.
kind of deciphering where it's going to go, where it's going to end up, and they're pitching it there different ways. So we'll see where that song ends up.
And then we just have some other singles, but other than that, we just
And then we're
writing constantly. So
going to Nashville soon, which is our next big move. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so there's like infinite things in the works right now. What I do want to know is that for anyone that might be introduced to you guys by this song, what can they expect for your originals? Like, what's, I suppose, like the elevator pitch for genre, style, or if you like this, you might like us.
that's interesting. I feel like I Never Cry went a little bit more of like it sounds a little bit more like electronic-y, but it's not. Like,
Sure.
Everything on the recording was completely a real instrument. Besides, there's a white noise riser at the end of a verse or something like that. So
Okay.
it's white noise fade in. But everything on it's a real instrument that I tracked and recorded
with just reverb.
with just reverb and a bunch of EQ to make it sound electronic-y.
Yeah.
So all of our songs that we do, we try and make them
I feel like they're a little bit more
real. You know, we don't try and
indie
synthesize
folk
everything.
rock, you know? So I feel like, yeah, it just sounds a little bit more non-reverb, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's completely understandable. Because yeah, I've been in the situation before where I've talked to people who have a cover song, but then you don't really know what it's like behind the curtain. Like, why did they choose that song, and what did
Mhm.
they make themselves? And as a lover of indie folk rock, with or without reverb, then I'm fully looking forward to hearing what happens. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Now, in terms of actually playing shows, is that something you've done in the past? Is it something that you have on the horizon? Like, what does that look like for you?
Yes, we love to play shows all the time. That's
Cool.
basically how we started doing music,
Oh,
is playing shows live. And like when we were super young. And then let's see. But for shows, we have some shows coming up in Nashville, and then we're also, I don't know, can I say it? We're also planning on going to London again. I don't know if
cool.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
we already have 2 shows
Okay.
booked in London.
Okay.
We're on the way. So it looks like we might have a total of 4 shows in London, but we have one at the Electric Jane in Nashville.
All
Yes,
right.
Making Sound at Electric Jane in Nashville. Yes.
Nice.
Electric Jane
And
with Breaking Sounds, and then will be Nashville Morning News
mhm.
that same morning. And so those are kind of the shows on the immediate horizon right now.
But
I'm
we're
sure
hoping
we'll.
to play some festivals, hopefully in the summertime or something like
Yeah.
that.
Festivals are the dream. That's like the amazing setup.
Yeah.
They
And
are.
and honestly, the place where you can just the most amount of people in a concentrated area can hear you for the first time, which
Yeah.
is kind of
Mhm.
a nice thing. I think that might be the most rewarding because any festival that has any 3 4 5 stages, like, why are you here? Or you
Mhm.
can pull people in, like, that's how you create new fans. I love
Yeah.
Mhm.
that. Very cool. Well, like I mentioned, we're still very much at the beginning of the year here, and I know you've definitely detailed what's happening, but what are some goals that you potentially like to hit? Some things that you'd like to see happen besides new music?
I think one is festivals. I think that would be really cool.
Totally.
And I don't know, touring, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he also mentioned besides music, a goal is just a, I don't know, just
Even personal goals, like, how are you gonna better
personal goals.
yourself as a
Yeah.
person?
I don't
I
know.
want to keep, well, I don't know, it's music. I'm like,
Everything goal related is pretty much music related.
Hey, listen, there's no right or wrong answer. It's
Yeah.
whatever's up to you. If that's your goal in life, then hey, don't let me stop you.
Yeah. I mean, we'd love to become just also good communicators with each other at the end of
Yeah,
the year too. You know, that's a big
true.
goal, is to become better communicators with each other.
Yeah.
Um, it's us versus the issue, you know, when
Mhm.
it comes to things that are coming up on the horizon.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then just, me, I always want to be a better producer. I
Yeah,
always,
that never ends though. I
it
mean,
never,
same with the communication, but especially the production and just like,
yeah.
yeah, dude, it's like learning a new language. You can never be
You're
fluent
like,
in
you're
it.
like, I have a pretty good understanding of it right now. And then you're like, wait a second, I've
Yep.
been doing it wrong this whole time. And
Yep.
then you're like, now I got an understanding. And then it's
Exactly.
like, no, once again, you don't know anything.
Right. And then back to YouTube for hours of this is how you do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I get it.
Yeah.
I have a few more questions for you. I want to know, and again, no right or wrong answer here. Is there an unreleased song of yours that you're most looking forward to being out in the world?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Our song "To the River."
To the River
I'm
Yeah.
is,
so that is probably my favorite song that we've recorded. I don't know. It was just, well,
Nice.
it's my favorite song that we've written so far. I
Hmm.
would say I don't like to do that because I like all of our songs. I really
Yeah.
love all of our songs, but there's just something about "To the River" that I'm so excited for. It just sounds so good, and I'm so excited for it.
It
Nice.
sounds so cool. It sounds like you're walking into a bar in the 1800s and you're wearing a cowboy hat,
Oh boy.
going and throwing hands, and there's a duel in the street. You know,
Yeah,
it's a cool song. It's not country, but
that's
it's
okay.
cool. Like
Old westerny feel to it. I don't know. It's
it's
not like,
got a Western feel to it. It's
yeah,
really interesting. So,
yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna see that hopefully by the end of this year?
oh
Yes.
yeah, yes.
Okay, cool,
See
cool.
that?
Well, damn, I'll keep an eye out then. That sounds. I mean, just the way that you've hyped it up right now, I'm in. Um, okay, so I also want to know, what are you listening to these days, and is what you listen to have any impact on the music that you make, or do you actively try to avoid making that type of music?
I love listening to the genre that we make for music.
Yeah,
I love listening to all indie, folk, and rock. And so,
sure.
uh, some of my favorite bands, I love this band called, I think it's pronounced Kaleo.
Oh, I've seen them before. They're really good.
You've seen that? They're
Yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
They're
I
awesome.
love all of their songs, and I just love their vibe. And then I like From Indian Lakes is a smaller band, but
Mhm.
I grew up kind of like in high school listening to a lot. He actually introduced me to
Nice.
them back when I was in high school, and I just loved their sound. And I don't feel like our sound is towards that, but I just love their music, and it's very inspiring.
I
Nice.
feel like I get inspired by a lot of music, like the Fleet
Mm-hmm.
Foxes,
Yeah.
like
Fleet Foxes for
you
One of
know,
sure.
my
Rolling
favorites of
Stones
all
and stuff
time.
like
Yeah.
that, Lumineers. I get inspired by those guys. Now, what I listen to on a day to day, you know, driving around,
Sure.
it's very different. I listen to like a lot of heavy metal, which is a little strange.
It's not
No one would
strange.
expect it, right? But
Oh, you listen to it to broaden your horizons. I get
yeah,
it.
I know. I love it. It's
Mm-hmm.
fun.
Sure.
A lot of Spirit Box, a lot of yeah, what's another band I've been listening to? Not metal, but the Strokes. I listen to a lot of Strokes. So
All-time fave for sure. They
yeah,
can do no wrong. Those songs never get old too.
no, they never do.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, I was hoping to hear these answers, because if you only listen to the same genre, chances are you're just kind of going to be recycling the same song over and over. If you don't listen to everything, then I don't know, you can't broaden your sound. And so
Mm-hmm.
for your guys' sake, I'm happy that that's the way it's going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My last question for you here is, it's basically for the person that is going to discover you both from this. What is an opening message that you'd like to say to them before they listen to your music for the first time?
This is
That's so interesting.
Very
all of our energy into this one moment.
philosophical.
Yeah. Think of the best thing.
the We are the brother sister indie duo act that remains a duo act on stage and off stage through all stages of life, and we've been good brothers and sisters. We've been a good brother sister duo just
Yeah.
growing up, and now we're making some
Making
awesome
music.
music together and just running this journey together.
Nailed it.
There you go.
Nailed it. I love it. Well, Sophie and Alex, I want to thank you so much for taking the time. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Please let me plug your music for you one more time here. If you missed it the first time around, the song is called I Never Cry, but by the sounds of it, there's like 1,000 more songs coming this year. There's shows happening. We will have links in our articles that you can listen and share and follow along and stay tuned. Kind of feels like this is your year, and I'm not saying that in like a blow up your ego way, but like truly, like there's so much happening. So I'm excited to listen and hear all about it. I'm invested at this point.
Thank
Well,
you.
thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for
Sure.
having us.
Yeah, you're very welcome. Thank you for taking the time. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Stay cool in hot Arizona, and I hope to speak soon.
Yes.
Will do.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right, take care. Talk to you later. Bye bye.
Everyone.
See ya.